saying that they sell feet pictures.
Yep, I have a friend that does
That's a thing.
I have a friend that does that.
That's so crazy to me. She said she's making money, and I was like, what? Like, it blew my mind. So I'm out of the loop.
Money.
I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't. You make money selling feet. What else? Selling their socks.
Just selling.
Sending them their underwear. All types of crazy stuff.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're listening to the So Sauced podcast.
I'll sell feet pictures. Like, that's crazy. I don't know. Just pictures of my feet. No, as long as no one knows who I am.
We all sit in my underwear and eat, what's it called? Applesauce? What do you want me to do? Put it on my chest. Send me some money.
Send me $2,000 right now. I'll do anything.
For real.
That's crazy.
No, it's a subscription though, right?
What?
Like fans only. So it's not like
OnlyFans?
send me $2,000 for a feet picture.
Oh, you have to subscribe and then they.
Yeah, and then it's like premium content you could do.
Didn't they have that on Snapchat? Premium Snapchat or something?
Yeah, that's what for TikTok. The girls on not TikTok. That's what OnlyFans are doing too. Where they have a Snapchat, they have a regular Snapchat where like they just post their stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And then the X-rated stuff, you got to pay for that. And then you get a private subscription, and then they interact with you and talk to you. You have like a one-on-one.
Yeah, it's basically the same as like strip clubs. You know what I mean? You go to the back, you can pay extra.
There's no
to talk to
touching?
this girl. Yeah,
It's safer.
It's
probably
digital.
safer.
I don't. Well, yeah. I mean, it's.
You're not getting groped.
But then at the same time, you think about like you can trace anything back to anywhere but you have to be a hacker, so that's probably a lot more rare.
Like worrying if all your stuff lives online.
Yeah, like nothing online is private. You know what I mean? Like if you send out a picture, there's a hacker somewhere that can find exactly where this picture came from. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't even mind because if at like $20 or how much is a subscription?
Sure.
$20.
$7. How many? Depending on what girls at.
$75.
To like.
Well, yeah, but yeah,
like $30, $40, and then a month, or then there's packages. You can buy like a 3-month package, a 6-month package.
To each their own.
It's still considered income, so you still have to report your taxes at the end of the year. Yeah. But you make that's your side hustle. So be it. Make your money.
Like you said, $75,000 for sending pictures of stuff. That's nuts. That's crazy.
Interactive on video. Would I do it?
Yeah.
Shit.
You already said.
Send a stinky sock in the mail or.
Bro, I will put whipped cream on my
Seriously,
chest.
you just send out socks? Like they just want old socks?
They
I have
want
a bunch
your
of
stinky
socks with holes in them.
Just go to. I'll send you some websites.
I was gonna say.
I'll send you the links to some websites.
Is that where this is going right now? All
You're
right.
like, hey, like, how do I sell my feet pics? Man, you could sell anything. You could sit in your living room eating Twinkies, and
Somebody's gonna love
someone
it.
will pay for it.
someone will watch you just because like that. Look, there's what is it? There's a vice for everything. There's somebody to pay for something. Somebody wants something.
Your fingernail clippings, send those out. I'm sure someone would.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh.
Everything.
People
Eating food, cooking. Like I know when there was like people were into like I've seen documentaries where people people that are real obese.
Yeah.
Like big people just eating food and people pay them to eat. Just want to see me.
Seriously?
It's people's.
Is that how like mukbangs came about?
That's
maybe?
crazy to me.
Mukbangs? Like
that?
those eating challenges where people just devour food for, an hour. People like get turned on.
Yeah.
And
Some
they
people like
just
that,
talk.
and people like that are making money because people want to see them.
They just want to see them eat. That's it.
That's
Because
that's
I've heard of the ASMR where like they want to hear the eating sounds.
Oh yeah, no, I
You know what I
cannot
mean?
do that.
Or like
that
the
real close. Like,
yeah.
I slap you if you're eating loud and
They
eating.
smack. I thought that's what it was for. I didn't know people just want to see them eat. I thought it was like for the sound.
No, they want to see him like steam pile food.
Okay.
Like it turns them on
That's
to like
insane.
someone.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. People are. The internet brought out the worst in everyone, huh? Like it just everyone's secrets, all that.
Everyone's
is out in
an
the open.
accountant. That's the code word. I'm looking at the camera, right?
Yeah.
Code word is account. I'm an accountant.
Oh yeah.
I'm an accountant.
So if we look for your username, official Drew accountant.
True. No.
In the description,
Official
well, I'm an accountant. Wink.
Well, I put what's it called? Whipped cream on me, and I eat tacos. I'm like, pay me. My subscription's $19.
Okay, see, but like, I would want someone to pay me to eat, but I don't want them to watch me eat. Just give me money. I'm just kidding.
So you
I'm
want to
just kidding.
eat?
No, I wouldn't do any of that. That's creepy. That's creepy to me. Just, I mean, like at first glance, you're like, just let him watch you eat. But for me, I'm like, I don't know. So just knowing that someone's gonna be standing there watching you and like doing whatever they're doing. I don't know. That creeps me out, so I can't.
As long as I don't have to see what somebody else is doing to me,
Right.
You know,
like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people are
eating,
like, I don't
eating
care.
sushi, you know,
Making sushi.
or whatever, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Waxing, shaving your hair, talking, cooking. There's so many platforms people will get paid for anything. Whatever you can think of someone's gonna
Yeah,
pay for. It's
yeah.
ridiculous.
Well, welcome back to the show.
Right.
That's a good way to intro, huh?
Yeah.
Dang.
Welcome.
Toby, of course, welcome back, and special guest, official accountant Drew.
I have no accountant.
No accounting experience.
This is our accountant friend,
No
Drew.
way.
Yeah. Glad you're able to make it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Welcome to the So Sauce.
You missed the last one, the keto one. That was.
I know that would have been a good one
Mm-hmm.
to talk about experiences of it, the ups and downs of it.
Yeah.
Did you get to listen to the last one?
I fell asleep last night when I was listening to all the podcasts. I was going through them all and then I fell asleep, so I need to catch
And
up.
we've been told that our voices are very soothing, like.
There's probably somebody right now doing some weird crap.
Okay, all right. No, don't turn it into that. Come on, I didn't. No, Lauren said that both of our voices are very like.
You guys' voices are calm when I was listening. I was like, oh yeah. I can
That's
share
why you
this.
probably fell asleep. You're welcome.
Thanks.
Mhm.
You're welcome.
I'm so
Got
glad
your
you put
CPAP.
my
Anyways, like
Yeah.
yeah, that was a good episode. I just started keto on Monday, and he just started keto back on Sunday.
Yeah, I
Did you?
started
Yeah.
Sunday because I knew that Monday I was going to be hurting, so I was like, let me get a jump on it.
So it's what's today,
I-
Wednesday? It's been 3
Yeah.
days.
I woke up this morning feeling better. I had a little headache, and then I
Yeah.
put some food in me, and I
Yeah.
felt good.
I haven't eaten. I think that's why I feel good. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fasting. I feel great today. Yesterday I was exhausted. Just I couldn't get up off the couch.
And you had.
I don't want to talk about it. Okay. Yes.
She usually gets.
Not usually.
The crap's pretty.
Okay,
pretty
with
bad.
the keto flu, everyone. Okay, go experience the keto flu yourself. But yeah, I got the keto flu. It hit me in an instant. The crippling poop. If you
How
watch
many days?
If you watch, it's crazy. Yeah, I started on Monday and Monday night, Monday evening.
You already had it?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I know, that's what I was saying. But then it hit you the same day too.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking just because our bodies have
You might
done
have
it
to bring
before.
bring it in a little bit. Let me see. Sorry, technical difficulties.
All right.
Not on her game today.
Yeah, it threw me off, and I feel good today. Like, I feel great today, actually. I haven't eaten anything, and I'm not hungry. I'm usually hungry first thing in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking, like, the only explanation, like, the first time I did keto, it took me 4 days, 3 days. After 3 days is when it hit me. Because the first 3 days, you know, I didn't feel anything. But
Yeah.
this time,
You felt it on the first
the
day.
first day, so...
It's like, surprise, Shorty, we back.
Yeah. But I was just thinking maybe because my body has been in it before, it knows what's happening, kind of. I don't even know what...
That's
you know.
weird for it to happen that quick.
Mhm,
Because
that's
I've never
crazy.
had it.
You never got the
I've
keto flu?
gotten lightheaded, dizziness, like sick to my stomach when I was like extremely working out, like hard, and I wasn't offsetting like when I was eating after my workout or before my workout. My times were too like spread out, and I wasn't eating enough and drinking enough, like water, salt, and all that. So then I would just carry a gallon like everywhere I go.
You just, yeah.
And I polish off like 2 gallons a day. That was just water. That's not even including like making shakes,
Right.
keto shakes, and what else. And
Yeah.
then I was like, I've never got any symptoms. But everyone else that I know that did, a couple coworkers after they saw me losing weight, their nails started breaking, both females, and their hair started falling out.
Right.
And then they were sick as hell.
Yeah, you cut out.
And I was like, if you cannot like get over like within like the first week, like your body, like this diet is not for you. If it's like going on like 2 weeks,
Yeah.
Yeah, too.
your
Wait,
body,
that's
even if
excessive.
you're trying to like add like add your electrolytes, your salt, your like beef broth, or
Magnesium,
bone broth,
yeah.
like that. If it's not happening, yank yourself. The body's telling you this is not diet for
Right,
you.
right.
It don't work for everybody.
Yeah.
true.
I mean, like I saw people try. Well, oh, you lost all this weight. Let me try it, and then they couldn't even last like 2 days. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
it
not.
it's not for you. Try again. you
Just
know.
like eating carbs isn't for everybody, you know, like
Yeah, I wish I
we're
could
all
eat
fast
carbs all
gainers.
day.
Yeah.
I'm like,
How
I
much
love
weight
it.
did you lose on keto, dude? You lost a person.
On keto, 90 pounds.
Yeah, okay. And then working out too.
And then total combined 250.
Success story right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to lose that much.
90 is a lot.
In 10
yeah,
months.
that's crazy. That's like as much
That's
as
almost
Lauren
10 pounds. Yeah, 10 pounds a month almost.
Yeah.
Average, like 9.
Yeah.
3.
It was like between like 2 and 4 pounds a week. It was happening, just depending.
And that was just by your diet alone, just keto.
That was switching it.
I remember-
And I didn't have a cheat meal because I started in May. Then I went June, July, August, September, October, November, and I didn't even have anything. Or I take that back. I waited to Thanksgiving for my first meal,
Your first
which
cheat meal.
was mashed potatoes and my grandma's stuffing,
Yeah.
and like homemade like dinner rolls, and that was it.
Yeah,
And I didn't have anything, all that.
And then you went back to keto probably.
I went back to keto that day, and then I didn't switch on it till like another meal to my birthday, which was in April.
Okay.
So almost like a whole year, 11 months into it.
Yeah, yeah.
Then I had my first like actual.
That cheat meal probably didn't do nothing for you.
No,
too, you know what I
not
mean?
at all. But I was determined to like, if I'd stick with this, like I gave myself a game plan. I was like, I'm gonna try to lose this, and this.
Yeah.
Which people would say that's unrealistic, but I already knew I could because I had lost so much weight previously.
Right.
So I was like,
Yeah.
a new diet, it's either gonna make me or break me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it didn't break me, so.
Yeah. You gotta see what your body feel. You know, like
Right.
feel out your body, what your body can handle.
Hell yeah, because everyone's like, oh, I was like, well, I don't eat bacon because I have gout and arthritis. So bacon, sausage, ham, scratch that out of my
Right.
diet because it's gonna affect me, my
Yeah.
joints.
Yeah.
And I was like, I eat fish, I eat chicken daily, I love cheese, you know what I mean, dairy, fats, avocados, cooking with different oils. Hardest thing, like the beginning, was like cutting out bread and tortillas, because in the Spanish household, bread and tortillas are a staple of every food.
Yeah,
Breakfast,
everything.
lunch, dinner, snack. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
carbs are in your life, all
Yeah.
the potatoes.
That's how we are with rice and noodles.
Yeah,
That's the hardest
see,
thing
and
for me to cut
I
out.
love fried rice,
Right.
like jasmine rice.
Oh
like,
gosh, ramen
Yeah.
all day, every day.
I can
just
make
stir
meals
fry.
out of everything. So to cut it, and I was like, all right. And then once you saw like the scale like drop down, or like your clothes, especially clothes, because I was up to a 7X,
Dang, dude.
and then like my shirts were like feeling loose, and I was like, am I shrinking, or like are my clothes stretching out because of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then once you start seeing it and progressing, like writing everything down like during the week, okay, I ate this, or like tracking your food intake,
Yeah.
or your weight breaking down like weekly, like, oh shit, this shit's really working. So
Yeah.
I eliminated all this. Like I cut sugars out, I cut alcohol out, cut carbs out. You know, all processed foods, everything that I was gonna eat was gonna be made by me.
Right. Yeah.
And if I went to a restaurant, I could still eat healthy. Was that when I went out with somebody?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, you
It's
know,
not hard.
they were like, well, I don't want to invite you because you can't eat the food. I was like, bro, there's salads. I'm like, there's a wrap I can get, you know, a burger. There's no, I can order a
No
salad
bun,
instead
yeah.
of fries, or I can order a lettuce wrap instead of the bun. I was like,
There's always something.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking
Yeah.
about last
It's
time
easy,
too. Like you
huh?
don't feel like you're alienating yourself. You know, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
now I can't go to like McDonald's. You know,
oh yeah,
It's just,
shoot. If someone asked me to go to McDonald's, I was like, oh, I can order, you know,
Anything
a
no
chicken
bun.
salad.
You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
or
Chicken salad.
I get the McDoubles. I think you said this last time.
Yeah.
Just no bun. It's the
I get
same.
2 buns and I ask for a side of lettuce and wrap it in a sandwich.
Yeah. Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
So,
And a thing of water.
back on the keto train.
That's it.
Choo-choo.
I know. I'm so pumped.
Yeah, me too.
I had to like remind myself too, like when you were saying it's not really the numbers. It is. It'll start becoming a numbers game, like on the scale. But like the first to go is like you start losing inches.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Before you
so
even lose
yeah,
weight.
before you can even see it on
That
the scale.
bloating just
yeah.
goes
Oh yeah, your body starts shrinking. You're like, oh
Yeah.
man, this shirt feels loose.
Right.
'Cause you remember when you'd sit or like, you know, like I'm always pulling.
Me
Yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Even
Yeah,
after
dude.
losing weight.
Your shirt gets stuck in the
'Cause,
rolls,
shoot, I was
man.
out to like here. You remember?
Yeah.
So like, and then when you see your clothes, you're like, oh, I feel looser. Like I don't feel me like tugging on something.
Yeah.
Or I got more movement, or the shirt's not as tight on my chest because you
Exactly,
know when
yeah.
you pull it over, you already know how that shirt's gonna fit. You're like, oh shit, I feel a little more, you know.
That was the best thing
more
about it.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even looking at the weight loss. It's the feel. Like
Yeah.
your weight's
Like,
just.
and then you look in the mirror like, yo, this clothes are too big.
Yeah.
I need to shrink down to another size. And hell yeah, I gotta go shopping.
Yeah.
And then you start, you know, shrinking.
love it.
Yeah, it promotes like motivation, more
Yeah,
motivation.
because you're like, oh man, I
And you
feel
see
good.
results so quick too. That was another thing. It's encouraging to see.
Yeah.
You know, the first month, even that, you know, if that you see results and it motivates you. Anybody, you know, you want to see results quick. Everyone's always looking for the next quick weight loss thing.
Yeah, then we take some skinny tea. Or what else?
Pills.
Yeah,
Those are
we
good.
take these diet pills. This will help you lose weight. This shrinks your fat. I'm like, no.
Yeah, there's no substitute for hard work.
It's about what you put into your body, man. I mean, I could tell you the times that I used to work right next to a Wendy's, and Wendy's and churches were my work. So my Wendy's routine would be triple stack.
Okay, but Wendy's is bomb.
Yeah, it is. But not the way I was eating it. So I ordered like a triple stack, biggie fries, biggie soda,
Yeah.
10-piece nuggets, and
Oh
like
my
a
gosh.
chicken sandwich on the side or a Frosty. That was my lunch.
Oh my gosh.
Breakfast would be like a monster breakfast burrito and like a soda. And then snack would be like, in the afternoon for snack would be like a bag of chips and like an energy drink or something. And then dinner would probably be twice the size of what lunch was.
Yeah.
I was eating probably like, over 5,000 calories, 6,000 calories a day.
Right.
And I was sitting down all day, so my weight was just started skyrocketing.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then now if I go to Wendy's now, I'm like, yo, let me get a double stack, no bun, no ketchup, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put a side of ranch on the side. I'll get 2
Mhm.
double stacks, and then I already have my water or, some electrolytes, so I can still enjoy
Manipulate it, yeah.
Yeah, but
you
now
still
like,
go to Wendy's. You
like,
know?
oh, I need to order
Fries
3,000
and a
calorie
Coke.
meal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What? Because it's not gonna do nothing. It's gonna sit in me, and like I'm gonna be, you
Yeah.
feel after you eat fast food.
Oh,
I mean,
you
it
feel
tastes good.
Yeah.
That's why it gets you.
Well, yeah.
But the after effect of it is like, man, I'm all
Yeah, you feel like a
immediately.
bag of ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
for
You know?
real.
I
Just
love
like-
that. Bag of-
Can't stop yawning. You're
Yeah,
just sluggish.
especially-
You
Yeah,
get headaches too. Just
Oh,
like you
yeah.
feel like, ugh, gross. Yeah. I mean, that's
Oh, yeah.
fast food for other chemicals. That aside, all the chemicals that they put. You don't know what they're using in their meat. McDonald's.
Mhm.
You just you get the whole chicken at the McDonald's factory warehouse. You get the whole chicken, feet, beak, and all. You just throw it in the grinder, and that's your chicken nugget. You don't take out the
and speaking of
feathers.
chicken nuggets, I didn't eat chicken nuggets for I take this back. I didn't eat McDonald's for like 4 years. I went to Texas to go watch the All-Star game, the NBA.
Mhm.
And me and ex-girlfriend at the time, we went to go stop at McDonald's. I think it was the night before the game.
Uh-huh.
And we got a chicken and we were eating. And as I was eating, I bit into it. And I didn't snap. And she's like, what's wrong with your mouth? And I was like, what do you mean what's wrong with my mouth? What's wrong with your mouth? She said,
you
look,
talking back to
look
me
in the
for?
mirror. So I looked in the mirror when I was sitting in the car. We were in the car. And I bit into a blood vessel and a chicken nugget.
And it
As
was
a pea,
bleeding.
and it exploded. So my mouth
Oh
was
gosh.
covered with blood from inside of the chicken nugget.
Is this from McDonald's?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So
all right.
after that,
So you had Red Wings.
I had to reach from a chicken nugget. So I threw the nugget back in the bag, and then I didn't finish my meal.
Oh yeah.
And then I was freaked out.
Threw up.
And then I was like,
disgusting.
I couldn't. Yeah. So I didn't eat McDonald's for like 4 years after that incident.
Oh, I wouldn't either.
And nuggets are my favorite things. I love nuggets, and I was like, I fucking hate
McDonald's
nuggets.
nuggets though are the
Yeah.
best. Yeah.
So I didn't eat it, and then every time after that, even when I started going back to McDonald's after those years, I was like, oh man, what's gonna happen again? I'm gonna bite into
Yeah.
one, it's gonna explode. But yeah, I had blood. It looked like I had bit my lip and my gums. I had blood all over my lip and all
That's
over my
so
teeth.
gross. I
It
can't
freaked me
believe
out.
that.
Yeah, so
That's enough to put McDonald's at. Probably not. People will probably.
No,
stop
that
waiting.
when was it when that person found a finger at the Wendy's chili bowl? Remember?
What?
Remember that was a thing?
yeah.
Remember she
An actual finger.
Yeah.
someone's
they,
like piece of it got stuck in a chew or something.
and she bit it and
That's
something-
what happens in the cellar. Look what happens when people are packaging food or salmonella.
Right. And
How do you not notice a
Piece-
finger
I
missing?
know.
You're just like,
Yeah, right?
end your shift. Oh shit, I lost another finger.
We should throw that batch out. Nope. Send it out. Like, oh gosh.
There's no quality control. People are just
It's
like,
not.
Yeah. The only way control was into someone's mouth.
Oh. Anyways, this is gonna. Yeah. Oh gosh.
So I weighed in Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So I started Sunday and I weighed in on Monday, and I gained approximately like 35 pounds in 6 weeks.
That's a very short amount of time to gain that much. That's
Fast
crazy.
gainer.
But you were trying to
Yeah, I was trying to
gain
put on
weight.
weight.
Yeah.
Like 35 pounds.
You remember that last, what's it called? That Thanksgiving to December when, in 16 to 17?
Yeah.
I packed on 47 pounds in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Dang, that's more than the 6 weeks too.
Gain.
That's crazy.
From Thanksgiving, the week of Thanksgiving to the 1st of January. I packed on 42 or 46 pounds or something. I was packing a pound and a half a day.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But I was
that's
eating like crack, and it
Well,
wasn't.
right.
Yeah, I was eating like crack, and I was drinking alcohol.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That'll do it too.
Yeah.
Alcohol and food packing on real quick, and then
That's
that's
crazy.
when I started to hit
Yeah.
that what's it called. So you packed on a good amount of size.
Yeah, and I felt it too. Like my large
Yeah.
shirts were super tight on.
Yeah,
me.
what? I can't wear this no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't people were
Yours.
noticing.
Mainly just because it was mostly in your
It was on my
face.
cheeks. Yeah, cheeks, my love handles. my hips, my butt, my lady hips.
The chooch.
The chooch. I didn't have like man boobs.
I'm just
terrible
kidding.
man boobs. But yeah, that's a lot of weight. I just could not
In
do
6
it
weeks.
anymore.
That's crazy.
Because I started like the first week of December.
You couldn't start eating carbs again?
Well, or like push it anymore, just because I just felt like I was so fat, out of shape.
Yeah, I hit that point too. Just...
So the first week of December, I started meal prepping and eating carbs, like a cup of rice, a cup of oatmeal, all that stuff. And then I stopped this past Saturday, so approximately. And I was like 195 when I started.
And what are you at now?
225.
She was practically a good size.
Yeah.
From last January to this year, I packed on, what was it? 30 pounds from January to December. 30 to 35 pounds I packed on, and then I fasted for a good 96 hours. A couple once a week. I'd fast for 96, go back to routine, and then go back and then fast again. And then I ended up pulling 9 pounds off last week, or 8 pounds. So now I can drop the body back now because now, because now that the body's going back, and because for the holidays I knew I was going to destroy it.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be too hard.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to see how my body would react, to switch my diet again with lifting.
Yeah.
Instead of doing what is it? Fasted cardio, because I do fasted cardio more, and then I do weight for 45 minutes. So I stopped all cardio and started eating before I go lift weights, and then I'd eat immediately after eating weights. Too much fat, so you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why the hell am I eating so much cheese? So then I cut cheese out.
Right.
And then I started eating more avocados, just trying to see what my body is. Because everybody's body actually, differently. People are like, oh, I love cheese. Why can't I eat that much cheese?
Yeah.
I love avocados, or I hate avocados.
It's kind of cool how you can tweak it just a little bit, and your body responds in such a drastic way.
Yeah, then you know what works for you. Well, that didn't work.
Exactly.
So cut this out. Or try this.
Like when I started and I got back to just how I used to eat previously on keto when I lost all that weight, is breakfast, lunch, and dinner, eggs and bacon. And that was something that I was like, bro, just eat eggs and bacon. You're like, I can't have bacon.
Yeah, so
I can't have bacon. So for you, you're gonna have to figure out.
Yeah, switch to turkey, and I don't mind turkey bacon, but
turkey bacon's bomb.
Turkey and chicken
good.
breast, and some type of seafoods cause gout to flare up.
Yeah.
And I've had gout for 20 years, so
yeah.
I pork is a no. Now, this past few months, I've been having little real bacon, and I've been fine with it because I know how my body's gonna react. So if I'm still keto throughout the day, I'm still gonna be eating eggs, keto shakes and whatnot, and I might not eat any red meat for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
But I'll have chicken and fish.
Yeah.
So then I can know dab into it, but yeah, man. Sometimes the food doesn't agree with people. I don't eat pork, sausage, ham, and that's a good diet for meat. Even if you're doing strictly all carnivore and no carbs and whatnot, but it just whatever works for your body works.
Yeah.
I love fish. I had fish yesterday for lunch, and I had fish last night.
I love fish too.
Yeah. Salmon is so good, and salmon is
It's super
another
fatty.
thing. Yes, it's real high in fat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just got to figure out what works.
Better raw.
It's not gonna work for everybody.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Carb cycling worked for me for a while.
I heard about that this past year. This is the year that I haven't done keto, and I've been gaining all my weight back. And I saw some guy saying he lost a bunch of weight on carb cycling. He was because I did keto first, and then I did carb cycling, and he said carb cycling worked better. So I tried it, and I did no carbs one day, and then you do carbs the next day, and then I just kept going with the carbs. I couldn't stop. I was I can't just.
It tastes good.
Yeah, exactly. I had to be one or the other.
For somebody who battles with carbs,
it's exactly.
and has to have noodles and rice. You have your one day where you're oh, I'm eating carbs today, and it's well, I'm gonna have carbs tomorrow too. I guess
you just feel. I didn't have the discipline to do that. I'd rather just do keto. It's easier for me to do that.
And getting back to fasting.
Yeah.
Because that was something that you utilized.
Intermittent fasting.
Yeah, intermittent fasting. You utilized. That was really successful for you. You would. I think you would stop at 12 or 1 and have your first meal, or maybe 10:30.
Yeah, start eating at 1 and then stop at 7 or 6.
Yeah.
And I'd be fine the evening time. Just don't eat. And I lost. I think it was 2 weeks And I don't even remember exactly how many pounds I lost, but I went down like 2 sizes. And I had to go shopping. It was fun. Yeah, Joe took me shopping, buy new jeans. I was like, I've never bought a size.
Yeah, that's like the best feeling
4
ever.
or whatever size it was, and I put them on and they weren't tight. And I was like, can you? I was so it's like it was so quick. And
I remember when
it was awesome.
when I lost all that weight on keto the first time. Same thing. Like I at the time I was like a 34, sometimes a 35.
Pant size, is that
pants? Pant size, 34, 30s. And then I started losing all, but it was like thick weight. You know?
Right, yeah.
And when I started losing weight, I got to like a 30 and a 32. Skinny jeans. 32. You know?
And you
that's
went,
because
like,
that's a different size. That's a different tax bracket. You know?
Yeah.
That's like
skinny jeans.
Yeah, skinny jeans. But I was like, what the heck? So I still have like 30 and 32s.
Right. I still have those jeans. Can't wear them now.
Can't,
Don't fit into them now.
I look like a muffin top. A hairy muffin.
Oh, shoot.
I can't even button them, dude. So I'm like, yeah, it's time to start keto.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Me too.
I woke up like 5 or 6 times because I found myself super dehydrated last night. So I was pounding water.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to check to see if I was like retaining water or if I was like, peeing it all out or what. And so I checked my weight like 5 or 6 times. Lauren's like, hey, you need to get off the scale. I'm like,
Yeah.
Because I could see myself already.
Picking up your bad habits from having
yeah.
to check daily. So I
Yeah.
did too. Like I do a heavy workout and I sweat it out.
I'm like, let me see what this did to
And
me.
then the next morning I
Yeah.
wake up to see what I did. And then the morning, as soon as I wake up, weighing, and I kept tracking it. And then it was getting so bad that like I was checking in the morning, the nighttime after I ate. Did that? Oh shit! I put on a pound and a half. Well, fuck, that's water. You've been drinking water. You haven't peed like in a few hours, or you just ate food, it hasn't digest. And then you start like over analyzing all because that scale, man.
It's not your friend, dude.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And that's what I said last night. I was like, okay, I just smashed like probably 2 gallons of water.
So yeah.
I'm super dehydrated. I'm just getting out of the keto flu, and so my body's starting to make that transition. But also, it's like not about the numbers. It's about like.
It's how your clothes feel. If they loose, so they tight. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't even weigh in. I'm not gonna weigh myself. Maybe in like a month I will, but like I'm worried about like how I feel in clothes I want to wear and just how I feel just walking around. Like do I feel that extra jiggle when I'm just walking? And you're like, oh gosh, or.
Oh yeah, for sure. I didn't weigh myself through. I think I weighed myself. Let me look at my phone. On my phone, I weighed myself like at Thanksgiving, and then I think I took off like for 5-6 weeks. I didn't do a weigh because I knew as soon as the holidays were gonna hit, I was gonna start getting crazy with it and doing it like every other day. Then I was gonna start getting discouraged with myself because I wasn't, losing what I think I should be losing. And then after that, then either you're gonna break through it or you're gonna fall into a slump and stay there for a while. So
exactly.
So like November.
My slump lasted 2 years, man.
Oh yeah.
So I feel you.
August, September, I didn't weigh myself for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And then
that's good. See, like I said, the
then
scale's
like
not your friend.
November, I weighed at the end of November. I weighed at Thanksgiving, like 2 days after that Saturday morning.
Right.
And then I didn't weigh again to the 1st of December, and then I weighed again January 1st, and then I weighed in what's the day? 20th? 2 days ago. So like 2 weeks. I'm like going like 2 weeks to like a month.
I plan on doing it every Monday.
To see what it is. Yeah, start of the
because
week.
you want to see that change. Also, you want to track. You want to keep yourself accountable. But also, you don't want to. For me, it helps me.
You can't do it multiple times a day.
That's the only thing for me that allows me to keep me in line. Like, do I need to stop doing what I'm doing, or do I need to mix up my diet or whatever?
Cut out
it allows
cheese
it gives me some insight of like how my body's responding.
What are you gonna do for cheat days? Are you gonna do like every
I'm
month?
not even thinking about it.
So I
want to see how far I can go. Remember, like last time I was telling you, it was like a whole year.
Yeah.
I'm not even worried about it.
But
like
you
right
don't
now,
even care.
Yeah. I was telling Lauren, I was like, food. Like I wake up and I'm not even hungry.
Right.
Like it's just like disgusting to me.
And you don't want to be a slave to food. Like wake up and be like, okay, what am I gonna have for breakfast? And just like constantly. And that's how I am all the time. Like I wake up and like I want to. Okay, what am I gonna have for breakfast? And while you're cooking breakfast, I'm thinking about what I'm gonna have for dinner. And I'm like, I don't want to be a slave like that. I just want to eat when I'm hungry, which is what keto did for me. It helped me to control that.
Yeah.
So that's what.
Eat for fuel.
Yeah.
Not for what's it called?
Just taste. Boredom. Yeah.
Cause that's where all week comes. Like I'll be bored in the house. It's going to the kitchen. It's going to what's it called? Can
we replay that?
Yeah. It's like going into the kitchen. Like when you're hungry, you've already ate, right?
Yeah.
but like it really didn't fill you. So then you go back in the kitchen, you start looking at shit, and you're like, oh, okay, like I can eat that. And you're on keto, and then you see something else that catches your eye, and I'm like, oh shit, man, I should eat those, but you shouldn't. And then all of a sudden, like you destroy a bag of like.
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah. So it's just like, what's it called? Determination. Like you got to be strict with it. People, why do you stay so strict? I'm like, well, I gave myself a goal. I want to lose this or this, goals, or I want to But you got to get yourself realistically goals, like a week or 2 weeks. Like in a month, I want to drop like maybe a pant size, or like maybe lose like 3 pounds this month.
Yeah.
Because if you say like, oh, I'm gonna lose like 10 pounds this month, realistically, how many people are gonna lose 10 pounds a month versus like a couple? It's a lot on the body. So you have to like, you know, pick and choose. Like, well, I'm gonna work out this day, and this is the food I'm gonna eat, or like meal prepping. Like, I would go out to fast food and still eat keto, but then when I'm at home, I'm making everything, so everything's served, and when it's already go in the microwave, I throw it in, I'm ready to go. I keep a shaker, I'll keep a shaker cup. I have protein in my car. I have protein bars. I got, protein cookies sitting in my gym bag, sitting in my car, sitting in my other car.
It's all about preparation.
Yeah. That way, if you have that urge, you're like, oh, I'm hungry as hell after this workout, and I don't want to go spend money and go to the store. I can open my center console. I'm like, oh, there's a protein bar, and there's my powder mixed shake. It'll cover me till I get home, and then at home I can make, you
have your meal prep,
an omelet, veggies, stir fry, so easy stuff. Yeah. And then it's like. It just
there's a learning curve. You have to know, you have to get used to it. It's a lifestyle, like you were saying. It's not.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was just asking about the cheat day because my birthday is coming up in February, and like I love sushi, like with the rice. But then
didn't we have that last time? We spent like $400. Remember?
Every year I get sushi. Yeah, I go all in on sushi. Like I don't even. It's the one.
I couldn't even move.
Yes.
That was a good cheat.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was Albuquerque, right? What was it?
Where was it? I don't know.
But there was a lot of rice. You and Joey worked.
Sakura. Yeah, that was like 2 years ago though.
2 years ago.
Right?
Or
something. It was I can murder some. Oh man. But
like,
I was
sushi just kept coming and coming and coming. I was like,
and it didn't help that we worked there, so we knew the people. We were like, yes, the other one.
Oh man.
I love that place. That place is awesome. Sakura in Albuquerque. There's 2 different Sakuras, so shout out to Sakura. The one on Montano and Coors is the one that's really good. The other one I've never been there, so I don't know. But still. It's like on Wyoming.
2 locations, like TD's.
But it's not the
like
same.
TD's North.
Yeah, no, but it's not the same franchise. They're both just called Sakura, because that means like cherry blossom in Japan. Oh. In Japanese, I mean.
So
one should sue the other.
And that's what I don't know which one came first. I don't know. Maybe one is like Sakura restaurant, the other one's Sakura sushi restaurant, maybe. So there's that little
register different.
Yeah. I mean, either way. Anyways, I
digress. My favorite is Sushi King.
No way, that's like the McDonald's of sushi.
Even their seating is like brown and there's like benches. Oh, I hate it. I was like, this is
worst
trash.
Table. Yeah, it's
like the Poake supermarket sushi.
I was gonna say it's like that. It's like that. Yeah. Cause
you're about to risk your what's it called?
Your life.
Salmonella. Buying a supermarket. What's it called? Sushi.
The fish is brown. It's not. It's supposed to be orange.
That rice looks so dry.
Oh gosh. And it's mostly rice, and there's just a little bit of fish, but the fish is not the correct color, and it smells fishy, because good fresh fish is not supposed to have that insane fishy odor. That's how you know it's bad fish. So you could just smell it, and you're like, guys, let's move on. All right. So I was gonna say my birthday. Joe wanted to make me. I really love crab legs, like seafood boil.
We should go to the Kraken Crab.
That one right there by Market Street, huh?
Yeah, Kraken Crab.
But he wants to make it, so I think that's, you know what I mean? Get that big old pot that you have 2 of those. Crab legs, sausage, potatoes, corn, shrimp, crawfish, a boil, And I was thinking maybe I should do a seafood boil, low down Cajun, the real thing. But I was thinking, maybe for my birthday, which is in less than a month, I could have a cheat day. But then I was like, you know what? If I want sushi, I can just have fish with sashimi, and that's just as good without the rice,
Yeah.
And it's my fave. I can murder a whole plate of just the sashimi, And then seafood boil. I just don't have to have the potatoes, or even and so I was like, what? I can still enjoy.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about.
Yeah. And then it won't throw me off. You won't feel like crap afterwards, And I just it helps me reach my goals, but it's too soon, So. I mean, even when I first started keto, I didn't do a cheat meal. I didn't think about a cheat meal, like you said, until 6 months later when I was like...
You almost have to because you start losing your shit.
Yeah. Oh, no, I lied. It was like 2 months after, but it was because we were on vacation. But, otherwise I didn't think about it.
Yeah, that's hard to keep it, when you're on.
Yeah. And it was the girl's birthday, too.
I wish I would have never knew about cheat days.
Yeah. Cause
I wish I would have never.
Yeah.
Just because you don't feel like you almost use that as a goal in itself. Like, oh, I'm gonna just make it to the end of the month, and then I'm just devour a pizza.
But as long, I think it's okay, because some people, like you were saying, it helps you to stay like sane a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, and so as long as you get right back on it afterwards and don't stay in that, your cheat day doesn't turn into a cheat month, you know,
or a cheat year,
or a cheat year, you know.
Hell
so
yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I've had a day traded into 2 days, to 3 days, to a week,
to a
2
year,
weeks.
Rich.
And I'm like, bro, 2 weeks you just blasted, like everything you just worked for, you screwed up.
Exactly.
So back to start, you know.
Yeah.
Step one again.
As opposed to
and
just
it's always
getting
harder
back
to
on.
restart.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because then it'll last like a 2-3 days, and then you fall back into it again, because it's already happened to me all last year.
Yeah.
You have to go
I kept
through
going
the
back
keto
into
food
it.
again.
I kept going back into it, and then I get tempted with food at my house. I'm like, oh, let me try that, and then I eat that for like, you know, the next 3-4 days, and then I go back into keto, start again, and have to restart again, because you know, I wasn't like, my mind wasn't thinking about going into a full time. I was like, oh, I could deal with this, or workout, and then I'm like, well. Is it really working for you? How does your body feel? Do you feel like you have more energy, less energy? Are you more sluggish? Are you sleeping more? Your sleeping times?
Yeah.
Because if you don't get sleep, I mean, exercise and diet is all linked together with your sleep pattern. Like, if you sleep, like if you stay up all night at night, you know what I mean, your mind playing video games or whatever you do, and you don't get sleep, and you don't get no sleep, I mean,
too much
like,
on your fans on.
you're not gonna be able to like really give your workout the next day. You're gonna be sluggish, you know, you're not gonna want to give it all.
And you're gonna want to eat like those comfort foods. You're tired, you're grumpy, you don't feel motivated to. You
gotta figure out what works for you. Like, are you a morning person to work out? Are you mid-morning, afternoon, late night? Like, I love early mornings. Because as soon as I wake up, I have my coffee, I have a little bite to eat, and then I go knock out the gym, and I'm done before lunchtime.
Right. Yeah.
And then like mid-afternoon, I'm a little sluggish. It's not as strong as my workout in the morning. If I try like after 3 o'clock,
no go.
Forget it. It's like I'm just there to occupy the equipment. That's what I say, because I'm not really wanting to do it.
Yeah.
And then if you do, then like there's different crowds of people. At least at my gym, like there's the morning people. You know, everyone comes in. You already know the schedule, how it works. And then I feel like when you're around either people at the gym, or you have a partner or whatever, or even if you work out by yourself, like your mood when you walk into that gym, like, is going to depend on how your workout's going to be. Because I've gone to the gym, you know, psyched, and then there's something like a phone call I had or a message, like it might screw my whole workout for me, or I might use it to push me through my workout. Like, all right, or I put, like you put I put my phone, as soon as I get to the gym, my phone's on do not disturb.
Yeah,
that's my time. Like,
right. Yeah.
And then like people will be calling him, hey, I called you or I texted you, and I won't respond. I'm like, yo, this is my time. I'm like, I'm trying to zone everything out. This is for myself. But like,
where do you go? Where do you work out?
I go to the Santa Fe Spa.
Santa Fe Spa. I've never heard of that.
No, Spa.
Santa Fe Spa.
Spa.
Yeah. So as soon as you
really
come into
nice.
town, as soon as you come into town where the lodge is on the top of the hill, it's a building next to it. So
it's really nice.
we got like 15,000 square foot, like aerobic. I mean weights.
Is there a pool?
No, there's 2 saunas, but they're closed because of COVID right now. So we have a dry sauna, a hot sauna, and then we have an aerobics room that teach classes in.
Okay.
So there's, you know, like step classes,
Zoom,
all type of stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then there's the free weights, all the elliptical, all the bikes, everything, stretching area. It's a nice gym.
Yeah.
And it's open at 5:30 in the morning. It's not, it's privately owned, so it's not, you know, like Planet
franchise.
Fitness.
Yeah,
it's not
I was gonna say
franchised out.
defined as
where it was.
And I haven't been to the gym in forever. I wanted to start going to Define because they have childcare. You know.
See, that's nice.
Yeah, but they don't. It's not open because of COVID. I haven't gone once.
Yeah. Do you have a membership? No, you started. Then you have to cancel it because they started charging before they reopened.
Yeah, and then the childcare shut down. So I was like, I know I'm not gonna go. Like, I'm not gonna ask Donna to babysit every single day early in the morning.
But also, it's hard, like traveling. You know,
out of town.
Out of town.
Yeah. If there were a gym in Puake, I'd be there. You know, but
it's
that one's closed too.
Is there a gym in Puake?
The wellness center's closed.
Oh, that's where Lauren and I were going. Yeah,
the wellness
I know
center.
that one's been closed.
Even that is
all
kind
year.
of a little stretch if you're not really like dedicated to the gym. You know, like just driving anywhere out of your way to go work out.
Yeah,
it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
You know, so the easiest, like what I would do too is when I used to live with my parents back in the day, work in Santa Fe, and on my way back home, I would have to pass the gym.
So
I would just stop, and then go home. Like I had to go through there, you know. That's how I hit it. Like now, you know, I'm in the area, so
yeah. Isn't there a gym at your work?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like I have to pass through there to go to work anyway, so I might as well hit it.
Yeah.
And it's just convenient, you know. There's showers, there's everything. There's no
Right.
excuse. You know, you go, you shower, you get ready, done.
Yeah.
So.
Right. I know, and like honestly, you're gonna find an excuse anywhere, any
Yeah.
situation, you know.
Oh, sure, I've sat in the parking lot for like 30, 40 minutes, contemplating going in.
Really?
Oh, yeah, that's happened many times.
Yeah.
I've been mentally fighting with myself some days,
Right.
and I'll be sitting in the parking lot, I'm like, okay, are you ready? And then I'm just sitting in the car, just like
You
listening
just
to
waste
music, and I'm like
time,
looking
yeah.
at the parking lot, or like I didn't feel it. Like I've sat in there, and I've left the gym, like, you know what, today's not a workout day, my mind's not in it today.
Really?
Yeah, I've done that.
Because some
Dude, that's
people
so
use.
crazy. It's your mental. Because I've done that with the girls going. You know, of course I have the girls with me everywhere I go. But like we've driven to the store,
And so,
and I sit there and I'm just like not ready to freaking
deal with people.
deal with people. Keep the girls where I'm at. Go shopping. Deal with everything. Just load everything.
yeah.
And we sat there for like 20 minutes, and the girls like, "Mom, we're gonna go in," and I'm just like, "Hold on, girls," and I'll sit there and I'll like. You know, listen to music, scroll for a second, and just kind of contemplate life. And then we've drove away before.
Yeah,
We've
I've done that
That's
to
so
go
crazy.
store.
I've
I've
never
gone
had
to,
any.
Yeah,
I pulled up
it's a
to
big mental like
I pulled up to
obstacle, like a hurdle.
Sprouts, when was it? 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like after I did my workout, and like I don't know what the deal was, but I really didn't like feel like being around like anybody
The
public. I
people,
wanted my own
yeah.
day, you know what I mean? You know,
Yeah.
kind of when you're just like, just like I'm kind of ignoring everybody, I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah.
Well, I got to the parking lot, and I sat in the parking lot for 25 minutes
Yeah.
before I walked in.
Yeah.
And I already had
that
I had my
yeah.
bag, and my list
Almost
was
every
short.
time. That's
But I saw the
crazy.
parking lot, and I saw how many people were going to be in there,
Uh-huh.
and how busy the store looked for me to drive
Yeah,
by.
you kind of look.
And I'm
yeah,
like,
that's funny.
So I waited out, and then I went in and I got it, and I got the heck out of there.
Yeah.
Got my stuff and went home. But it took me twice as long because I half the time was sitting
That's
in the
what I'm saying. I know. I'm so like I'm excited that not excited. Just it's crazy to. I've never really told anybody about this. You know, I didn't think
yeah.
that anybody else.
Oh, I've done it at the gym. I've had
You know?
days where I've gotten to the gym, or for instance, I've had like road rage incidents driving on the road going to the gym.
Yeah.
And I've been cut off for someone tailgating me coming into town.
Yeah.
And we'll be playing it back and forth and coming in, and then I get into the gym and I'm already like
You're just pissed off.
already pumped up, my blood pressure, my face is red already,
Yeah.
and I go and I smash the road. I have my headphones on and my hoodie on. It's like
Yeah.
do not disturb, like
Yeah. You
like-
take that aggression out.
yeah. So I take it, and then as I leave, and you think they would help, and I'm still already irritated even after I walk out of the workout. Then I go eat, and then it's gonna take me a few hours to calm down.
That's so
Yeah.
crazy. I don't
So,
see. I don't have any. Well, I mean, we all, like you said, we all have our own different
yeah,
devices.
yeah.
But like that, I've never.
Oh
had
yeah,
that.
man! I've gotten into workouts like super positive and come out. I've cried in my car before we went to work out. I've cried during my workout session, sitting at a bench or an equipment or whatnot, just because of other stuff going on.
Sure.
Like this is my like therapy session to help me relax.
And that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Like I use the gym as therapy,
Yeah.
but not so much like. I guess I'm just not I don't internalize and I don't just.
I'm an overthinker.
Yeah, and I don't.
My mind will start processing. Did I do something wrong? Or if, like, even in like your friendships or like family, like I haven't talked to someone, like, are they mad at me? Did I do something wrong?
Yeah, you
How was
gotta
that
replay that
How was
last
that last text
conversation.
message? How was it? When I talked to you?
Was it interpreted?
Yeah, I'm
different?
like,
No.
then I'll start playing it over and over. Did I say something? Did they say something?
Yeah.
How come I didn't respond? Did I do something that they didn't like, or was I with someone? Overplayed the situation.
Dude, I do
and
that
then
too.
Then it
That's
happens
so
when I get to the
crazy.
gym, and then when I'm at the gym, sometimes I'm hopping over the machines, or my workout is not as focused because I'm still thinking about other stuff besides the working out.
Right.
Like I'm going there to focus on myself, my health, but my mind's not there. My body is, but my mind's
Yeah.
thinking about work or family or
Yeah,
friends
yeah.
or whatever's going on.
Yeah.
That's crazy. To
So
me.
it's hard for me to
It's
sometimes
interesting.
for me to focus on it. So that's why when I wake up in the morning, I started doing yoga, the past couple of years. So I do the Bikram yoga, and then I was doing the hot yoga, 100 plus degrees in there for
I
an
know.
hour.
Dude, I almost
for
passed
like
out.
90 minutes.
Yeah, that's
I wish I
really
could go
that's-
Then my mind
yeah.
started
That'd be good.
closing
Detox.
down at the end of the day. I do it at the end of the evening, and then my mind just started calming down. Okay, so now I found a new relaxation besides the gym. Do my workout and then my yoga to get, and then it's my best sleep. So now when I wake up in the morning, I have my yoga mat set up, a little area for stretching. So I wake up in the morning, I start doing my stretches in the morning before I wake up. When I wake up, and then go have my coffee and breakfast, and my body's already relaxed, my blood's already flowing from stretching, and I get to the gym, and now I can, go about my day.
Yeah.
It is, but
I think like law enforcement taught me how to just block stuff out.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
from one day to the next, I can totally forget
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
happened,
yeah.
especially if like it's
Right.
negative or whatever.
see,
That next day, or even 30 minutes.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
give me
you
a
don't
wind down
remember.
period.
Yeah.
Because that's what I used to do.
'Cause you
So
have to.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
used to go to work, when I used to go to work, I'd get off of duty and I use the drive to just data dump all the crap that I saw. You know, just because I knew like mental health was important to me, and
You
I
saw
didn't want to
some
get like
crazy stuff.
PTSD and all
Yeah.
that
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
So I would make
Because
yeah,
you've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
some crazy stuff, and like you have to
Yeah.
have to mentally like drop it, because you can't come home and bring that to Lauren and Miles.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like you, like I don't know. some
I
of the
just
stuff you
I
saw.
like early on I was groomed by like some of the veteran police officers. You know, not like the crappy cops. There are
you gotta block
crappy-
it out
yeah.
because you can't be home.
But some of the things that like these good cops that kind of raised me up to be the kind of good cop that I was, or the good cop that I was, is like, one, don't bring your crap home to your wife.
Separate work from family.
Separate, yeah. Also, don't bring work or home stuff to work.
Right.
You know, because that could also cost you like that. Like,
Yeah.
mine somewhere else, mine's at home, mine's somewhere else, and then you get laxed at work, and that could, you know,
Right.
Yeah.
be detrimental. So that was something that I learned early on, was like, make sure you data dump all this crap that you see. And that's just how I was brought up in law enforcement.
Yeah, yours is a whole different other ballgame.
I was gonna say,
feel
yeah, you saw some
to
stuff
deal with
that-
stuff
Yeah.
mentally.
But I've never let it like affect me to that.
See, that's good
Yeah.
because a lot of people can't deal with like certain type of situations, either death or violence or.
But is like, for me, I look at it as like, maybe I should have like thought about it and processed some of this stuff, you know?
And you're just fresh out of it. You haven't been out of it for that long, so
Yeah.
it's probably something that you could still deal with, you know?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because, I mean, some of the stuff that you came home and told us, like, you couldn't give us specifics, you know, but, like, some of the things that you saw is stuff that we couldn't even imagine. Like, you know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
things you
yeah.
can't even create a mental picture for, or, you know, like, things they try to show you on TV, those true crime shows
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, you're desensitized to it. I don't know. It's crazy. Like,
Yeah, it's just like a natural occurrence. You know, there's a transition period from like a regular civilian and how that person thinks to like law enforcement.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like the mind of somebody who's in law enforcement, it's like super demented, you know, desensitized, and you just go through life thinking like just about the bad, all about the bad. You know what I mean? Because 12 hours a day, you're going from call to call to call, and nothing's good. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's kind of hard to also turn something like that off when you come
Yeah.
home and you have days off and you're like, you know, try to be positive or something like that, and you're expecting that shit to
Something,
happen.
but yeah. Death
kinda
in
weird,
your
yeah.
own family, that's, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that one, is it okay for bringing up that one story about the little...
Yeah.
So that is like the one story, like you bring home crazy stories that I'm just like, I had to walk away from some of them that
Yeah.
you're telling us, and I'm just like, I don't understand how you could handle most of that,
Yeah.
first of all. But there's that one story that really stuck with me, because I have two small daughters. It was this man who, he had a daughter 6 years old or something.
7, yes.
And he was driving away in his big old lifted truck, and he didn't know that she came out of the house to say goodbye or something, and he didn't see her, and he ran her over and killed her, his own daughter.
Oh man.
Right? And see, that was one that I cried about it, and like I didn't even see it, and you had to see her, you know?
That was one of my first cases.
And like, how do you like?
And that was during that like transition period. So I was fresh out of the academy, and I still was like on FTO field training.
Yeah.
And I think I was like the last phase. I was getting ready to go on by myself, and so they were like, "Hey, this is your first major case. Like,
Oh
go
my
ahead and handle
gosh.
it." And I was like, They didn't walk me through it. They didn't give me no prep. They were just like, "This is what you're gonna do. You gotta like talk to the family. You gotta do this. You gotta do this. Call this person.
You're
call
the
this
counselor,
person."
you're-
You're everybody.
Yeah.
You know. So it's really just like jumping in, like, you know,
Yeah.
like in the 12-foot section of the pool and expecting this, you know, to float or to swim. You know, hoping you swim.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that was tough for me. And I always thought, like, in the academy, like, man, you find kind of the things that you like or interest you, and some of the things that you're like, oh, I don't think I could deal with like kids dying, or I don't think I
Right.
could deal with like sexual assaults on kids or things like that, and then it happens, you're like, well, I'm in the shit.
Right.
And you have no choice. You have no choice, you know? So that was one of the ones for me. I was like, as long as I don't have to deal with kids, I you know, and,
That's what and then you,
I was
you have
fortunate
kids.
enough not to deal with like a lot of like child deaths, but fortunately I had to deal with like a lot of child crimes later on in my career, but that was one that was pretty tough.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying is like that. Over how many years were you a police officer? Like,
6.
Yeah, see, that's a long time. Your mental, like your mentality changes. You know, you had to change it for the sake of being a sane person here at home.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, you know, like that's just.
You know what else is crazy too is like so like going to work for so long and always being prepared to face the worst all the time, like just being hyped all the time. Like now, not having that, I find myself like just here at home, like, or we'll go to the store or something, and I'll be like trying to look for the bad.
Right.
Always, you know, like
because the officer mentality is already kicking in. You're already like when I go into a restaurant, like I always sit facing the door so I know who's coming in. I don't like my back face to someone come in. When you go to an ATM or it's at nighttime, I'm always surveying the parking lot where people are parked.
Or looking, someone gonna come
see where the
steal,
lights are because that's how people get like mugged at the ATM, gas pumps. You're already surveying the area. Yeah. Because that's what you're you were doing. Anytime you're already gonna survey the scene of where you're at. Like who looks suspicious? Yeah. Who's doing what? Yeah. Did you see that person outside that looked, that was panhandling down the front? Or some sketch guy was walking around by cars or in the store. Your mind is already
scanning. And don't they offer you, like, I mean, as a police officer, wouldn't they offer you, because, like, as a police officer, okay, let me back up. As a police officer, they want you to be like that, right? To be always on,
head on a swivel.
Yeah, exactly. Like, making sure you're checking your surroundings. Even more so. So if you're going to leave law enforcement, wouldn't they, I mean, do they offer, like, a therapy, a counselor, something to help you kind of like calm down?
It's only been like in the last maybe 2 or 3 years it's really been a thing where like mental health has been at the forefront of like law enforcement.
Right.
Because when I first started, it was like, hey, put some dirt on it and like let's get back to work, and it was like. You didn't want that stigma of like, oh, he's weak, he's gonna go get mental health because he saw.
Yeah, because then it's your credibility.
Yeah, because then you're like, oh, I don't want this guy. I'm like, you know what I mean? So that's also how I came into law enforcement. But now, like, there's been studies and obviously like mental health is a big thing. But it was only offered really if you had like a major crime,
like a shooting,
or massacre of some sort.
So that one of the daughter being run over, that wouldn't be considered.
Yeah, but it was never offered to me. See, I was just at a department where nobody ever
chin up.
Nobody on it.
And like I said, it was until like maybe 3 years ago where it was like, hey, are you good? Do you need a couple days off? Here's a card. Like we have these services, and I still never did that, and I would talk to Lauren too, like, hey, maybe I should just start doing it as something regular, to start processing my stuff. But it was never talked about really. So
I know. I mean it's super important. Like, obviously I've never been in a situation like that, so I'm only speculating. But I mean, seeing things like that, like even just going into work and knowing that you can go to a call and like there's going to be someone with a gun there and you could be shot at today. You could die, just driving to the call. Like I remember you saying that. And it's funny too, like that takes a lot mentally.
And I found it like challenging. I welcomed, that's like the sick mind of a cop too. Like I welcomed the worst, like I was like, I want something bad to happen, and I would go on duty too. And, only law enforcement really get this, but, like, there's that one cop that's like, hey, I wish we had, like, a rollover today. Or I hope that there's a shooting today, And I was that cop. And everyone would be like, oh, this guy, the bad juju guy. But I was always like that. I was like, I want the worst. I want to see the worst.
Why do you think?
I don't know. Just sick in the head. Yeah. I don't know.
But that was after like being a cop already. Like they kind of your mind was already changing. I was like,
because it's already determined like something's bad gonna happen. Like your call is, it's not gonna be like you're going to say someone like ran off the road and pull them out of the car or whatnot. They lost control. You wanted to see something that's like something that's really
catastrophic. Yeah,
catastrophic.
I would like to the point too. I'd be like, what haven't we had in a long time?
Yeah, there hasn't been a shooting or a breaking or something.
I was like, we need a suicide. Yeah, we need a good hanging.
Yeah, because it's already repetitively happening. It keeps happening and happening. So that's how your pattern thinks.
And so when it doesn't happen, you're like, something's off.
Yeah, and then we would be like, okay, this is the calm before the storm. So now you knew like there was some bad shit.
That's how much evil is in the world. Like all police officers, I'm sure, can agree with what you're saying. Like that's how evil everything is.
Yeah, it's been too quiet.
Yeah, we're like,
there's always
and then
something
bad would happen.
Somebody's always gonna shoot someone. Or someone's always gonna try and kill this kid. Or
but nobody thinks like that. Who thinks like that? Who thinks like, hey, I haven't seen?
Because you see it on a daily basis.
When you're the ones that are going to, like, if there's a abuse, if there's a active shooter, you guys are the ones that have to go into that situation as opposed to anybody else. Run away, you know, like you guys.
And it would be almost comical too. Like I'd call out something, I'd be like, "Oh, we're gonna get like whatever," and then it would happen, and then you'd be like, "I told you, bro." You know, we'd like laugh about it. We'd be like, "Bro, I told you. I called it."
That's probably how you cope with it, you know.
Yeah.
It was weird.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I was like, oh, I just wish we get like a ruthless overdose.
Oh my gosh.
Who thinks like that?
I know. Right?
Who thinks like that? You know?
Yeah.
And then we'd get an overdose. I'd be like, this, you know, this whatever, you know, this piece of shit is gonna live, or what? It just like that's how we would conduct ourselves.
Yeah.
Just weird, bro.
That's crazy.
You know?
Different mentality.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
But now, like I'm trying to find that in my life, like the bad. Not the bad, but like, you know.
You're expecting something bad.
Yeah, and it's not there.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm not responding to these bad things anymore.
Yeah.
So it's weird. It's weird in that sense.
Yeah, because you're not seeing it on a daily basis when you're in that field.
Right.
Yeah.
So now that you don't see it, you're like, it's happening, but you don't know about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, yep.
You don't
it's
see
still
it
out there.
It's not happening for you to see it in person. You're gonna hear it from second, third parties, like, you know, former officers. Well, hey, did you talk to me? Oh yeah, you saw it in the paper. Or you saw it in the news,
just heard
or
about
Facebook,
it. Your friend told
You're
you.
not having to deal with it in person.
You don't have to
like
go
like your routine daily work.
Yeah.
And that's
the
the one thing that I do miss about law enforcement is being in that like mental state, like that mental.
Yeah, your mind's processing everything.
Yeah, I miss being like that high speed, thinking about everything and like processing everything.
Like a computer.
Go.
Yeah, everything's fast.
Like an adrenaline.
Like when you get called on a call, right? You're already flying out to the call. Yeah. You're already thinking, like the road. If you're already seeing where the crime is at, you're thinking the road exit. Who's going to be here? Where your other partner's going to be? What happens if they're here? Or someone's going to run out here? And then your mind's already processing it 20 steps ahead. What if? And then now that you're not, you're just sitting there like,
it's kind of crazy.
It's slowed down. Now your mental part is slowed down, and that's seen it from the outside.
Yeah.
Versus the inside.
Yeah.
Of being in the shit, and now you're outside of it. Okay, now you're like, okay, I'm calm about it because I don't have to deal with it. But you're still thinking of it, like when you're in town.
Still like
like when I go to town, like even when I go to town in the day, like I'm watching everybody. And because I know every time I see something in the paper, somebody's trying to get jacked at a gas station, opening their car to get gas. Someone's trying to open their car and take that lady's purse. Yeah. Someone's trying to get mugged at the ATM.
Yeah.
Like that. So every time I go now, I'm on high alert, even when there's cars out, because if I see someone tailgating me, or you know, somebody looks suspect, like a vehicle coming in and out, and it catches my eye, I'm watching them, or when I park, you know, it's a natural habit to like survey the area. But then, like, are you losing, like, your, what is it? Not your self-conscious, but, like, you're being more aware of the situation because now you're in another place than you live, and you know the crime rate over here is not too good, or you're reading. So then you're already surveying, like, hey, but it's walking, and they might just be coming out of the store, but, oh, that dude looks suspect, he's probably blah, blah, blah.
Why is he keep looking this way?
Yeah, like, why are they going to try to rob me? Because you're already interpreting something bad going to happen, but you're on alert. It sucks.
Yeah.
That you have to be that way wherever you go, but like I'm not gonna get caught by myself slipping and someone trying to mug me or whatnot.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean? I try to like at least like I don't go there at night anymore, which is jacked. Back in the day when I was in high school, when I go to town and hang out all night, cruise around and whatnot.
Yeah, when we were younger, you didn't care. You didn't think
now you're like, look at everything that happens with people getting shot, mugged, burglary in the store, people running like. people running. I remember the story about the one of the Walmart parking lot where that person got all mad. They were sleeping and people were going off in the parking lot. He started the car and
That was my case, yeah.
yeah, and then ran over everybody like they were
Espanola,
running over
right.
everybody like they were parking cones in the parking lot.
And see, a lot of them were just people that were just happened to be at Walmart that day, didn't know what was going on.
Minding their own business.
I saw
Exactly.
it was like
You know.
I see people post videos of like road rage, like road rage or people in parking spaces. Like some dude honked at somebody at Walmart because he wanted his space to get out. The guy got out. They got into hooks, and I saw one of my buddies recorded the video. And then a dude pulled out a knife and started stabbing the dude like 5 times in the middle of the
because
fight.
of parking space.
And I'm like, are you over a space? You just lost your
people
shit
are
just
nuts.
because of that?
Yeah.
People are nuts.
That's
And that's the
crazy.
thing is recently, the past like few years, I feel like I just remember even before 2020, like it started getting, or maybe I just saw it because I have kids, but like human trafficking, like a lot of the women would report stories of like this man was walking around the whole store, followed me outside, didn't buy anything, just followed me around the store, you know, multiple things like that. And like those got viral because of the internet, thanks to the internet. And people just started being more aware of these things and they started happening more and more, or just, you know.
And it's always been a thing, you know. Like
Yeah.
here, I had always heard that like human trafficking was a thing, you know,
Yeah.
more so like in Albuquerque and like
The bigger city.
bigger cities. But it's like, you know, we have like I-25 and I-40, you know, so it still passes through like Espanola, you know, and then you go to Colorado or whatever.
Yeah.
But I've only had to do with like two cases, like trafficking of kids.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was like, man, this shit is real.
That's
you
too
know,
many.
yeah.
I hate it.
14, or I think she was 14 or 15. She had been going back and forth with this guy like on Snapchat, and so something happened where he was like, hey, I'm gonna be in your area, like we should hang out, whatever. And she was like, yeah, for sure. He tracked her through like the map on I guess Snapchat or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So she was at her house. She just so happened to like step out, and he was sitting on the house. And she went to go check the mail, and he like swooped up in the van, put her in. She didn't think anything of it because like, you know, they'd been talking and stuff. Put her in the van, and then they hightailed it. And so she, luckily, her friends were like, hey, we haven't seen her, blah blah blah. And her parents were at work. They contact us, and the only way we were able to get her in time, they were already like in Oklahoma.
Oh snap.
Yeah, and the only way we were able to track her is because she left her
Location on.
location on,
Yeah.
and you could actually see like her moving in a vehicle
Right.
on the thing.
Yeah.
And so we had to like time it perfectly. We had to call like Oklahoma PD or like Investigation Bureau. They had like an APB out for Bolo for the van. They intercepted the van. Yeah, and she was thank God alive.
See, that's the thing.
That was
It was
crazy, like,
internet.
one
It was
day.
the internet that got her caught because of her location they found.
Yeah.
But it was the internet that saved her.
Yeah.
You guys found her. It's like that's the
It's
thing too.
so
Is like
crazy.
everyone's seeing more and more cases like this because of the internet, and everyone's scared. But then the word's getting out, and people are finding ways.
Well,
to
it's like you were
combat it
saying,
because
yeah.
of the
I mean,
internet, you know,
people
Like,
are like utilizing internet for like fans
Yeah.
only and all this stuff. But now you're putting out all your
Yeah.
all your information,
Yeah.
all your
People can
locations, all
find your,
this
people can
stuff.
find your
Everything's
IP
on
address.
it. Yeah.
You know, those
You can
kids
track
that-
everything.
Those
on
kids
it.
that are gaming, you know, like streaming and whatnot.
Yeah.
All them, those guys that don't use computers, they'll do those. What are they? Swatting. So they'll say that the player that they're playing, right?
Uh-huh.
They're playing. Say I'm playing in California and someone's like in New York and they're playing video game. He's calling them out and he's calling the cops and saying that there's like, you know, a hostage situation when he's using that dude's address that he's playing against that he beat in the game. Can pull his IP address from the
It's a
computer, give his give his exact location where he's at and a name and make up some story, and then his house gets raided by the cops and taking him out. That happens all over.
Really, they just do
Yeah.
that.
So so like another story that I have is, and also like all gaming systems are being like monitored, like by
especially the ones
FBI,
online.
like every like agency can monitor these
yeah.
type of things because of like bomb threats, terrorist attacks,
yeah.
and all this stuff. And I never thought it was like a legit thing, but it is. Like,
Yeah.
I was part of a task force, and we had like a memo of understanding with another agency, and so they came and they were like, hey, we need your assistance. Since you guys know the area, can you take us to this house, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Long story short, this guy was like playing some crazy ass game like Grand Theft Auto, and I guess you could do like comments within the game, like online play.
Yeah.
So you can video chat with them.
Yeah.
Live between you, like having a conversation.
So
Right.
he put something like, I'm gonna bomb everybody on this thing, or I'm gonna like a mass shooting type thing. Like I'm gonna find you guys. I'm gonna find you guys and shoot up everybody on this game right now. So I get contacted by this federal agency. We go out to his house. They pinged his location from his IP address.
Right.
We go, and they had like the printouts from his game that he was playing that night. I was like,
they can see everything.
"Are you serious?" I was like, "That's crazy." So yeah,
It's because it's online.
so there's an actual division within like these agencies that do specifically like online gaming type things.
That's crazy.
Well,
A lot of people game, man.
I was like, what the heck? So they're like, what did you mean by this? Like, explain, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And he's like, I was just kidding. And they were like, all right. Well, and so now he's like red flagged. So now they're always
monitoring him.
Yeah. That's crazy. I was like, what?
Yeah, you put yourself out there. It's digital. Like, you post a picture or whatnot. There's always a location, like, on your photo, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your coordinates or where it was, it's taking a while, the date, time, stamped.
Yeah.
But that's wild stuff.
So just be careful on your fans only.
Oh, snaps. No whipped cream.
Would you sell your stuff on fans only?
Shoot. You ain't gonna ask me twice.
Feet pictures? Apparently that's
I got Fred Flintstone fees for that. I ain't having this. Her name is Wilma.
Some people might be into
Somebody
it.
likes it.
Hey, who
Like you
knows?
were saying that you can just send a dirty sock.
Oh, there's so many
People will
websites.
pay for it. That is
I got
crazy.
friends that sell socks, sell their underwear. Have ones that sell their feet pics to people.
You should sell one when you have like a dirty gout flare up.
Oh
and
my
just be like,
God. Someone probably pay for it. Someone probably pay for me to like sit like in what's it called, a
a bath of
t-shirt.
milk
Or, yeah, and
with
eat
and Cheerios.
And eat
People
your
have
own-
weird fetishes.
Oh,
There's a genre for everybody out there. Whatever you think is not like, it's not right. Someone wants
Someone
it.
like-
Someone
and that's
likes it.
okay. See, that's what you guys are like, and you mentioned you were like, yeah, I'll sell a picture as long as I don't know what the person on the other end is doing with that picture.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to see it.
Yeah.
But here's my thinking. Like, I don't know if it's being paranoid or what, but like, I would get the one dude that is like super obsessed and becomes crazy and just psycho and is like, I have to meet this girl that's sending me these socks
That's true.
Right?
and will
Yeah.
track me
That's
down.
true.
I can be
Yeah.
the one. You know what I mean? That's my thinking.
that's
Like,
true. Which
you
has
never
happened
know.
too, yeah.
Exactly. There's that one story that you're like, she was just doing an innocent.
All of a
sending
sudden you got
socks.
the Night Stalker.
Yeah.
Yeah, stalking
exactly.
you and traveled states to find you.
Yeah.
And
Right.
thinks that he should be your husband or like wants
Yeah,
I
we're
thought
meant to
you
be
loved
together.
me.
Yeah, you have-
Yeah.
And
And
built
then
up
kills
some-
you.
You have the
build up-
feet that I've been looking for.
Yeah, or some build up some prophecy something in their mind like this is my wife and I'm gonna do what I have to do or whatnot.
In my country, you send me your socks. That means we're
Crazy.
married. You know, I came
Yeah,
to
yeah,
collect
yeah,
you.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Just that's why. You know, I don't know. Most of the time, it's probably harmless, which is I don't know. It just creeps me out. But it's crazy to me. You can make money doing that stuff. I mean, like I said, I have a bunch of socks that are old with holes in them. Like if I can make money off of them,
frame them,
thought about it.
like iron them, press them, and then like frame them.
Put them in that shadow
Yeah.
box frame. Oh gosh, I don't know,
Wild
man.
stuff, man.
It's
2021.
The internet's crazy. It brings out like I never would have known that there was such a thing as a sock fetish. I never would have known that. It's crazy.
There's all kinds of
right?
Stinky socks,
that's what I'm
your
learning.
underwear. What else?
nasty gym clothes probably.
Watch you eat. Watch you like.
Speaking of, I would be down to do a mukbang. Just right?
Oh,
Is it-
on the
yeah.
like.
And my understanding was that it was just conversation and food. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, that's what it's been now. But like the
Yeah.
origin was like people just being gluttons.